Right, enough of you have asked for a full viewing of my current fleet that I figured I might as well do it since I don't have another build video for today because I haven't done much since the last one. So I'm going to show off the whole fleet. Not all together because I don't actually have anywhere large enough to display it all like that, but here's the tour. Up first, we have one of a pair of the smallest ships in my fleet, which is a 14-gun Brig. In the rating system, I believe that would be classified as a sloop of war, though what counted as what and what was rated as what changed from year to year and from Navy to Navy, so who knows. It is based on Super 6 Barracuda Brig, though it has been significantly shortened. I took out a whole hull section and made some cosmetic changes here and there to meet my color scheme and structural preferences and all of that, but it's very definitely based on his design, so full credit to Super 6 for that. Next size up for the blue faction, we have a 36-gun frigate. This is also based on Super 6 design. This is his Fair Maiden design, though again, lots of cosmetic and structural changes were made, but it is very definitely based on his design, so again, full credit to Super 6 for the design. There are, of course, two of those, matching pair, sister ships. The only things that differ are their figureheads and the detailing on the back. There's a little bit of design difference on the back of those. Beautiful pair of ships. Love how those came out. We then have the other Brig there on the end. Next size up is my 44-gun Heavy Frigate, also for the red faction. This is also based on the Fair Maiden, Super 6 Fair Maiden, though I added a hull section and widened it a little bit and made it a little bit beefier, so that's how I got the 44 guns instead of the 36 guns. Changed the rigging a bit and other minor cosmetic details, but again, still is very much based on his design, so full credit to that. This is the same class of ship that the USS Constitution is, a 44-gun heavy frigate, or at least the Constitution is a 44-gun heavy frigate on paper. We tended to cram an extra 12 guns on there, bringing it up to 56, which would put it squarely in the category of a fourth-rate ship of the line, which is why the British were always complaining that we were cheating. I have it with the 44, so love how that one came out. I was very, very proud of that one when it was finished and thought it was just the biggest ship I would ever own. I was a fool. Because this is the latest ship to be added to the fleet. It is again for the blue faction, and this is a 54-gun fourth-rate ship of the line, also based on Super 6 design. You may notice I'm a huge fan of his work. This one has probably the most changes made. I made it wider, a lot of cosmetic changes, but the hull and the basic design and a lot of the fundamentals of it were based on his, and it's really just a gorgeous, gorgeous ship. Love how that one came out. Still needs its sails. It's got its yard arms, but it does not yet have sails. I'll be working on those soon, because Brick Cascade looms next month. Now we finally get into the really big ones, and these ones were all my own design. I looked at a lot of different people's ships of the line designs online, and I didn't like any of them. I didn't like how they had done the hulls, the sides, and all of that, and so I came up with my own, and I'm very, very pleased. This is my 64-gun third-rate ship of the line. Lots of detailing there. What I really am proud of is the tumble home, how the hull curves in as it goes up. And that was what I didn't like on anyone else's design, and so I came up with my own way of doing it. And it is an expensive way of doing it. I realize the reason people did it the way that they did, is, including the way Sergeant Deplorable did his, was because it is much, much cheaper. But absolutely love how that one came out. Now this was the first ship of the line that I completed. This is my 74-gun third-rate ship of the line. This one is based off the HMS Ajax. The 64 over there was based on the HMS Agamemnon. Yeah, this one's a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. Actually, like I said, I built this one first, so I then scaled it down to build the 64 to drop 10 guns and get it down, but they're both still considered third rate. Very similar design though, same bow design, same tumble home. I don't know why I always have trouble with that word. They differ greatly in the rear gallery design. If you look at the windows on that one compared to the windows on that one, that is where the most cosmetic difference between them is. As well as some of the difference up here on the deck. This one also has more rigging. It has an additional topsail that the 64 does not have, just to make it a little bit grander, a little bit bigger. I really, really like how those came out. And finally, we have my masterpiece, my 104 gun first-rate ship of the line. This is modeled vaguely on the HMS Victory, though obviously different coloring and on all of that, but the general layout of things is roughly based on that because it's what I had the most pictures of. Absolutely love how the rear gallery came out on this one, thanks to those curved windows that are a relatively recent part. Lots and lots of cannon on this. I only last night started putting on the yard arms, and I ran out of parts, so I will have to order some more parts to be able to finish, because there should be 2 more yard arms up here. It will also have the 5 sails like the 74 does. Love how it came out. It does not yet have its figurehead. I have to figure out how I'm going to do that. So I think I have all the parts for that now. Lots and lots of fancy details on this ship, and I'm just very, very pleased at how it came out, and it's huge. I was actually starting to feel that the 54 over here was way too small, because I'd been staring at the 104 for so long that I'd gotten used to it, and this just felt slightly puny, and so a friend of mine recommended that I needed to reset my perspective, and so he recommended grabbing one of the smallest Lego set ships and comparing it to this to give me an idea of just how big this was. So I grabbed the Renegade Runner that I happened to have built, and sure enough, now it doesn't feel quite so small. That's a good big warship. And then I made a terrible mistake by putting this little thing on that. It's a dinghy. I really need to. I have not yet named this ship. In fact, I've been pondering that. So if you have any suggestions, I'm open to suggestions. So there you have it. There is the current state of my fleet. I still need to make sails and lots of little details to still work on, but for the most part, it should definitely be ready for Brick Cascade. We're working with them to make sure we have enough room, because they ask you to give the size of your build in studs, and ours can better be measured in yards. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully there is enough room for us to really stretch it out into proper lines of battle and really display it the way it should be displayed. So stay tuned for that. Also, Drain, thank you for watching.